Oklahoma's own News on 6 starts now.
First at noon, federal attorneys released details on a massive investigation into a prison gang accused of multiple murders and crimes throughout Oklahoma. News on 6's Joseph Holloway has the latest from the federal courthouse. Joseph.
Jonathan, U.S. Attorney Trent Shores just wrapped up his press conference or his news conference just a few minutes ago, and he tells us that most of these 18 suspects are in federal custody right here in Oklahoma. Some of them are actually being held in other states. And then here in just a few minutes, we're actually going to get the long list of that over on our free News on 6 app. But Shores tells us that 6 of those inmates were already being held at the penitentiary in McAllister, and they had cell phones smuggled into prison so they could communicate with their co-conspirators. Now, all 18 suspects are also accused of playing a part in a widespread meth distribution scheme and leading a racketeering operation that resulted in 9 murders and a number of carjackings and kidnappings, just to name a few crimes. The U.S. Attorney tells us that this is a huge bust and will ultimately make our state much safer.
They're aggressive and they're violent, and the means by which they seek to establish power and some sort of rule in prisons and state prisons and federal prison is by violence.
Now, there is much more to this story. News on 6's Amy Slanchik was also there in that news conference with me, and she's going to continue our team coverage coming up tonight on News on 6 at 5 o'clock. Live in Tulsa, Joseph Holloway, Oklahoma's own News on 6.